Innanzitutto, buongiorno a tutti voi. Un saluto anche ai giovani che già sono dentro la Basilica, che ci accompagnano anche, credo, con gli schermi. Sono veramente contento di essere qui con voi.
Assisi has once again become the beating heart of the Franciscan message and a symbol of hope. More than 2,500 young people from countries around the world gathered at St. Mary of the Angels for the Go. Franciscan Youth Meeting, the major international event concluding the Franciscan year dedicated to young people. Marking the occasion was the visit of Pope Leo XIV, who was welcomed with tremendous enthusiasm. Outside the Basilica of the Porziuncola, the Holy Father greeted young pilgrims from across Europe, shaking hands, offering blessings, and taking time to meet those eager to capture the moment with their smartphones. The atmosphere was one of celebration, but also of deep reflection on the meaning of fraternity in a world marked by wars, divisions, and growing international tensions. In his address, Pope Leo XIV chose Assisi, the land of St. Francis, to deliver a message aimed especially at the younger generation, calling them to build a different kind of society, one founded on dialogue, reconciliation, and mutual respect. One of the most significant moments came as he responded to Carolina, a young woman from Zagreb. Recalling the recent history of the Balkans, the Pope noted that the region experienced the tragedy of war only 30 years ago, as well as the dangerous intertwining of religion and nationalism. He reminded those present that, for centuries, the Franciscans had promoted dialogue among Catholics, Orthodox Christians, and Muslims, pointing once again to reconciliation and the healing of historical memory as the path forward.
Ai cristiani sarà sempre più chiesto di diventare pace all'interno di società tentate di strumentalizzare la religione nella contrapposizione delle identità. Essere testimoni di Cristo rimane quindi affascinante e impegnativo, perché allarga la mente e il cuore oltre confini artificiali, cioè al di là di paure indotte dalla cattiva informazione e dai muri del pregiudizio.
The Pope went on to emphasize that the Gospel proposes a completely different logic from that of worldly power. Among men and women, he said, relationships should not be shaped by the pursuit of prestige or domination over others. St. Francis teaches us instead to serve rather than rule, to receive rather than grasp, and to give back rather than hold on. According to Pope Leo XIV, this is the path toward building a truly free community capable of offering hope to the world. Looking back at the history of the Porziuncola, the Holy Father invited everyone to imagine this very place 8 centuries ago, when hundreds of young friars from across Europe gathered here in silence, prayer, and fraternity. That silence, he observed, stands in stark contrast to war, with its violence, shouting, and cruelty. The Pope concluded with another message of profound relevance today: communities must free themselves from fear and from imaginary enemies. Too often, he said, divisions are fueled by ignorance and fear of others, while the example of St. Francis and St. Clare calls us to see the world as one great family of brothers and sisters. Not a world to defend with walls and suspicion, but a world to embrace. Here in Assisi, the city of St. Francis, that message carries extraordinary weight, entrusting young people with the mission of becoming the builders of a new era of peace, dialogue, and universal fraternity. From Assisi to Hiroshima, one common thread: peace. While Pope Leo XIV was meeting with Franciscan youth, the rector of the University of Perugia, Massimiliano Marianelli, was representing the university at the World Conference of University Presidents for Peace. As we conclude, we return to the message of peace that has united today's stories. On our Canasai Roma platform, Professor Leonardo Durante has shared a reflection on the tragedy of Hiroshima, addressed especially to younger generations. Here is his message.
Il 6 agosto 1945 rappresenta un punto di non ritorno, il momento in cui la scienza ha dimostrato che senza etica la tecnologia può trasformarsi in uno strumento di autodistruzione. Il nostro compito più grande nelle scuole e come educatori non è solo trasmettere nozioni, ma insegnare ai giovani la responsabilità sociale e il valore del pensiero critico. La memoria della storia è l'unico anticorpo che abbiamo contro il ripetersi di simili tragedie. Ricordare il 6 agosto oggi serve a far capire alle nuove generazioni che la pace si costruisce ogni giorno, con la cultura e la consapevolezza. Non dobbiamo dimenticare, per garantire loro un futuro autenticamente umano.
Before we close this live broadcast, we invite you to leave a like, subscribe for free to our platform, and continue following our news and special features. Today's stories, from Assisi to Hiroshima, remind us of the importance of peace, dialogue, and fraternity. A value that must never be taken for granted, but protected and passed on, especially to the younger generations. Thank you for being with us. Keep following us, and let us continue together to build a culture of peace.